What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy. We got another solo stream day today. Hashtag solo Pat in the chat. Let's go. Hope everyone enjoyed last night's live stream. Me and Dan was absolutely amazing. One of the best segments in Unhinged Live history on there when we had the debate, Brett Gardner and Clint Frazier. You guys know the deal. But before we get into any pregame stuff today, shout out to everybody currently in the chat. Let's take attendance/roll call. You guys know the deal. Let's see. We got Spades, Lori, Martin. We got David, Stevie Bass, Justin King, Ed King, Leanna, Steven Salazar, Larry's Treasures, Amy, Edward, Yankee fan, Jesse Sanchez, Jesse Dominguez, Austin Lugo, Yankee fan, Alex, who else we got? We got Henry, Troll Films, Chabuzi, Sports PC, Baseball Generation, Yankee fan for life, Borg, Sean. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I probably did. I apologize if I did. But I hope everyone's having an awesome day. Beautiful weather. Beautiful ass weather outside. Love to see that. But I say we start things off kind of by taking a look at the Yankees starting lineup for this evening. There we go. Love that. So Voit leading off. I don't hate that, to be honest with you, especially with DJ out. DJ is not playing tonight simply because his wife just had a baby, I believe. So congratulations to him. And apparently Voit is expected to miss this weekend because his wife is expected to have a baby as well. The Yankees are just not too good planning children. First Odor. Now DJ, next Voit. I have no idea what's going on. But Voit leading it off. Glaber in the 2-hole, Judge 3, Gio 4, Sanchez 5, Odor 6, Frazier 7, Higgy 8, catching Kluber, and 9 is Brett Gardner. Chat, I have to be honest with you all. I really like this lineup. On a scale of 1 to 10, considering what the Yankees have to work with right now, this is like a 9 or a 10. Just because I love the structure of it. Maybe I'm in like the minority here, but I think it's an amazing lineup. Simply because, bro, I like having Glaber in that 2-hole. I don't know why. I'm just a fan of it. Also, Giancarlo Stanton was eligible to come back from the IL today. Clearly, as you could tell, he's not in the starting lineup, so I don't really know what to make out of that. Let's see if I can find any information about that. Just because it's a little bit interesting that I was expecting Stanton to be back today. This is actually funny. Usually when I do like the pregame thumbnails, like you guys see here, let me just switch back to here real quick. Yeah. So usually when I make the pregame thumbnails, I do it the night before. Expecting kind of like see who's gonna be in the lineup. I expected Stanton to be in the lineup today. I made a full thumbnail with Stanton in and everything. Clearly I had to change it. We got Kluber in there now. That's all that matters. But listen, shout out to Alex with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Alex. He says Glaber should be leading off. I wouldn't really be opposed to that. It could be it's something worth trying, especially with the absence of DJ LeMahieu, but he should be back fairly soon. So, I guess they don't really want to move Glaber up there just yet. If DJ had to miss a significant amount of time, maybe they would try Glaber in the leadoff spot at some point, but I don't think now's the time. But yeah, Glaber, I mean, bro, anywhere he's in that lineup, he's just going to absolutely rake. But chat, you guys know the deal as far as the pre-games go. Hit me with questions, comments, anything. Interact with the chat a lot during the solo streams. But, one thing I do want to bring up, this is Kluber's first start since the no-hitter. So, my prediction, 2 no-hitters in a row for Kluber. Could you imagine? Kluber just goes out there today, completely shoves. He's like, you know what? I threw it against Texas. Now I need to do one in the Bronx against the Blue Jays. Book it. But let's see. Austin Lugo says, Pat, everyone was bored during quarantine. True. I mean, all right. So if we're talking 9 months, right? What was 9 months ago? You guys know I'm not good at math. So April, March, February, January, December, November, October, September. Okay, so these are babies that were kind of planned in September. Makes sense. Let's see. Austin says, Pat, just a heads up, I'm going to sadly miss Bold Stream tomorrow because I'm traveling to Madrid. Bro, Austin, go have fun in Madrid, bro. Isn't that in Spain? You guys know I'm not like the biggest geographical connoisseur. There we go. But I do think Madrid is in Spain. Sports PC, can you tell me why Stanton wouldn't play today? You know, I wish I had a legitimate answer for you, but what it seems like is the Yankees don't want to rush him back too quick. I don't know. Apparently what Boone said is that he's getting close to coming off the IL. Apparently today he's just going to be running bases, hitting, etc. So it looks like they're going to kind of ease him in. back into that process. I guess they just don't want to throw him right back into the lineup. I don't know. I was really expecting to see Stanton there today. I really was. Jesse Sanchez says the Yankees are 1 on a 6-game winning streak, 2 winners of 22 of their last 30 games, 3 undefeated in their last 10 series, and 4 a season-high 9 games over 500. Jesse Sanchez worded it perfectly. Those are kind of many points that I did want to hit on today, but I think kind of the summary of all those points is that the Yankees are just really doing good lately. And it's weird because they've been doing so good without their offense kind of playing to their full potential, right? I mean, you look at the Yankees lineup, you have numerous guys there. Let's actually pull it up again really quick. You look at the Yankees lineup, right? You have multiple guys who haven't really performed up to expectations yet, right? You kind of look at Voit, just came back from injury, hasn't really hit that well. Gary hasn't been that good this season. Odor hasn't been that good. He's had clutch hits, but we haven't really seen like that major kind of production from him. Frazier's been extremely disappointing. Higgy significantly regressed, and Gardner was really disappointing up until like a week ago. So it's very interesting to see how good the Yankees are doing with their offense performing so poorly, and I think it shows how much the pitching has mattered to this team and how significant they have been to kind of like the run that they've been on as of late. Ed King says, I like it. 2 no-hitters, but Jays have more hitters than the Rangers. No, obviously. I don't see the Blue Jays getting no-hit tonight. I do want to pull up their lineup really quick just so I could kind of see what Kluber's going to be working with. So it looks like Semion's leading it off. And then Bichette, Guerrero Jr., Hernandez, Grichuk, Tellez, Gurriel Jr., Panic, and Jansen. It's a good lineup. I don't think we could deny that. The Blue Jays have a very good lineup. It's as simple as that. Jacob says, will Stanton pinch hit if needed? I doubt it. Like, optimistically, I would say, yeah, if they need him in a big situation, they might pinch hit for him. But I really can't see it. I don't know. Simply because unless it was like a spot where, who in the lineup right now would the Yankees even use Stanton pinch hit for? Clint? Maybe, I don't know, but it would have to take a lot for it to happen. Yankee Fan for Life says, will you pay attention to Dodgers game tomorrow? Bauer's pitching, so it should be interesting going against Houston. Ooh, the Dodgers are facing the Astros tomorrow. That's actually interesting. I probably will pay attention to that, just because Bauer against them should be a great time. But yeah. Austin Lugo says, Pat, what year do you expect Luis Medina, Luis Gil to be called up? Assuming they stay on the Yankees. I would say next year, probably. Probably next year. Martin says, yo, Pat, we're going to win this series. Got to be careful with Vladdy Jr., though. Dude's a monster in the box. Kluber's going to pitch smart against him. Bro, Vlad Jr., he's slowly but surely becoming a Yankee killer. I don't know what his career stats are against the Yankees, but they've got to be good. I feel like every time he comes to the Bronx, you can almost guarantee he's getting an absolute nuke at least once. Easy. Henry says Frazier needs to stay hot tonight or at the bottom of the order, or the bottom of the order kind of looks weak. I have to agree. I'd have to agree with you simply because we looked at Frazier's last game where he went 3 for 4, right? You want him to continue that because there's been so many games this season where Clint has looked really good, but then the next game he comes out and he looks terrible. You know what I mean? So I think if he can kind of pick things up moving forward and kind of build on that 3-hit game, I think it would be something awesome to see from him easily. The Yankees need Clint. The Yankees need Clint a lot more than some of you think. Just because, like we said, that bottom of the order looks so bad right now. If you could have Clinton kind of playing up to what we expected him to, I think it would look a lot better, for sure. Jacob says, what about Gardner leading off and Voit second? Good or bad? No. I like Gardner in the 9-hole. I really do like Gardner in the 9-hole. Only because I think he's kind of like the second leadoff guy down there. And I think it's kind of the best place for him. Putting Gardner in the top 3 in the lineup is just a terrible situation you don't want to see happening. But shout out to Alex with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Alex. He says Tyler Wade has a better WAR than Francisco Lindor. Granted, it is a much smaller sample size. But yes, Tyler Wade does have a better WAR than Francisco Lindor. That's also why WAR can sometimes be misleading. Because at the end of the day, I'm not picking Tyler Wade over Francisco Lindor. He's going to turn around eventually. He's just had a really rough start to the season, which honestly we could expect. compared to, I guess, considering the fact that he's coming over to the National League. He's adjusting to a new division, new stadium, new team in general. So I'm not too concerned about Lindor. Sports PC says, I don't know. I feel like Aaron Boone is trying to be smart. For example, the Rays at points had Austin Meadows leading off. That reminds me of Voit in leadoff. True. But the Yankees always do this. The Yankees always make moves where they make themselves feel like they're just smarter than everyone else, right? We saw it in the postseason last year when they brought in Happ in the second inning. They thought they threw the Rays all off course. They didn't. I don't know. But I don't hate Voit at leadoff at all. Sports PC says, didn't Brett Gardner have a low-key solid year in 2019? No, Brett Gardner was very solid in 2019. Easy. Troll Film says, Gardy's a solid 9, because you always have those situations where the 8-hitter always gets out for the final out of the inning. So it's good that Gardy can lead off. True. That's exactly why I said that. I really like Gardner in the 9-hole. But that debate between me and Dan last night, comparing kind of the A-Rod situation to the Gardner situation, was so much fun. Like, I wish, like, hopefully me and Dan could do, like, a once-a-week, like, debate kind of thing. Great stuff. I did see a comment. Where was it? Pat, shave, please. Yes, Jeff, I will shave. I've just haven't gotten to it. I've been so busy. Also, chat, great news. I'm officially done with all my college work. Let's go. Round of applause to that. I've just been grinding so hard lately. It's been great. So I apologize if I haven't shaved for you, Jeff. Let's see. Yankee Fan for Life says, what would you say to Mets fans who are frustrated with Lindor? From what I have seen, they've grown impatient with his slump. Be patient. I would just tell Mets fans to be patient. Francisco Lindor is a great player. He's not going to stay that bad forever. It's kind of like a 2018 Stanton situation, except much worse than Stanton was. I think if we kind of look back to 2018 before Stanton got hot and kind of carried the Yankees in Judge's absence, he was being ridiculed heavily by the Yankees fan base, simply because he wasn't really coming over and hitting 60 home runs in his first week. So I think if Mets fans want to take kind of a, like a coin out of that bucket, they can, and just be patient with Lindor. He's going to come around, trust me. Let's see. Appreciate all the congrats. You guys are the best. When is graduation? We kind of did a little rant about this the other week. My school's not doing an in-person graduation because they suck. So yeah, it's a virtual graduation, which is stupid. But congrats to Leanna on graduating with a BA in forensic psychology from John Jay. That is awesome. PX says, you pay him all that money for him to be bad. If he was on the Yankees, he would be murdered. Oh, easily. Could you guys imagine if Lindor was on the Yankees right now? Let's say the Yankees would have made a mega deal for Francisco Lindor. Let's say they gave up like Schmidt, Dominguez, and I don't know, throw like Loaizaga. Let's say that was the deal for Lindor, and now they sign him to an extension, and then he just performs so bad. Yankee fans would be hanging him from the rafters. Oh my God, that would just be terrible. I would feel so bad for the dude. Let's see. He wouldn't survive, Jeff. I would agree. He definitely would not survive. Alex says, Pat out here looking like Ford. It's not at that point yet. I don't know if anybody watched our content last year, but last summer I had a Ford mustache going on. It was a sight to see. I would say if anybody wanted to go back to our videos, maybe like last June, July, I had a solid-ass mustache. Good stuff. Austin says, Pat, is Trey Ambergy still hurt or is he back? I believe Trey is still hurt. I believe he's still hurt. Sucks, but it is what it is. On the Yankees, Lindor would be better, says Yoelvis. It's tough to say, simply because, like, where would you put Lindor on the Yankees right now? Right? Because Glaber's kind of solidified himself as a solid Major League shortstop. His defense has improved drastically from the beginning of the season. His offense is on another level. And then you have DJ at second, Gio at third. There's kind of no space for Lindor unless you traded away Glaber, which I wouldn't do right now. Jesse Dominguez says, Pat, what do you think? Would you think the Yankees will trade for Brian Reynolds? He is a switch hitter. I think it was, Jesse, was it you that brought this up a couple days ago? Only because I think Brian Reynolds would make a lot of sense, but I don't know what he would cost, right? Because he's under team control for a while. He's been solid for a couple of years now. And I think he would kind of be a perfect addition to the Yankees lineup, right? Switching outfielder, has some speed, great contact hitter. I would love Brian Reynolds. I just don't know what it would take for him, and if the Pirates are even interested in trading him away. He could kind of be the piece that kind of helps them rebuild. I don't know. Sports PC says Francisco Lindor is an elite shortstop, but he's coming off a weird year on a weird team, and now he's in New York in a new conference, new and much more toxic fan base, and hell, a new conference. Well, new league, yeah. No, yeah, it's going to take him some time to adjust. I'm not trashing Lindor. Borg brings up a point. Apparently the Yankees might try Clint in center field. Thoughts? I wouldn't be opposed to it, because at this point, what do you have to lose? The Yankees outfield is so depthless. Is that a word? Depthless? And I think that if you could put Clint in center, maybe even try Judge in center. I know we saw Judge play center a little bit in 2018. I think it was just like one game or so. But we know Judge can play out there, so it's worth a shot, especially if Gardner kind of comes back to earth. You kind of want to rotate everybody, give Andujar some reps in left, but you still want Clint in the lineup. I don't know. It's interesting. Like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Clint in center. Martin says, did you guys hear that Zach Plesac broke his thumb taking off his jersey aggressively? Yeah. How? Like, bro, you're taking off your shirt and you broke your thumb, bro? Zach Plesac, you're a certified bozo. Like, how do you do that? How aggressively are you taking off your shirt? Whatever. Alex with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Alex. Run back those Brian finger guns. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Mark Hanna for Clark Schmidt and Chris Gittins. You know, it's a lot for Mark Hanna. Okay, first of all, I can't really see Mark Hanna being traded, simply because I'm pretty sure the A's are heavily in the mix for a postseason run this year. Mark Hanna's a solid guy, but I don't know. I mean, he can play all over the field. He can play in the outfield. He plays center, left, right, first. But giving up Schmidt for him would be tough. I don't know. I don't even think the A's would be willing to trade him. Brandon Perando with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Brandon. Run back those Brian finger guns one more time. Ready? 1, 2, bang, bang, bang. Steven Matz is going to get rocked tonight. I hope so. In the words of Kodak Black, I hope so. I say that way too much. But yeah, look, Steven Matz is kind of one of those guys that I feel like, has he dominated the Yankees? Because it's kind of felt like it over his career. New York kid. Used to be on the Mets, now on the Blue Jays. I hope the Yankees could rock him tonight. Shout out to Steven Matz, but listen, if we could score like 6 off this dude in the first, I'll take it. I'll be so satisfied. It's not even funny. It's going to be like me if I had like 5 Snickers bars. Moving on. Dirtbike Nation said, at the beginning of the season, we were saying we had so much outfield depth. What happened? It's crazy. And this is how fragile the Yankees outfield kind of is, especially when you trade away Mike Tauchman, right? Because going into it, we had everyone. We had Gardner, Judge, Frazier, Hicks, Andujar, Tauchman, Bruce, and now Bruce has to retire like a week into the season because he's so bad. Then you trade away Tauchman, then Hicks gets hurt, so now you're just left with Clint, Gardner, Judge, and then Andujar if you want to throw him out there too, and maybe you could even include Wade, right? So it's brutal in that sense. But appreciate the $5 dono, Alex. You are the man. Corey Kluber's slider / clue ball is one of the nastiest pitches I've ever seen watching baseball. It's unreal. When Kluber has that pitch working, he's almost untouchable. Just because if Kluber can kind of pair that nasty stuff together with his excellent control, which is kind of the recipe for any pitcher, right? We could see how dominant he is. And we saw that in Texas. He just had everything working for him. So when Kluber does have that working, he's no-hitter caliber. Easy. But listen, shout out to Lori C with the $10 dono. Appreciate you, Lori. She says, congratulations on your college graduation, Pat. Brian Finger Guns. Let's go. Thank you, Lori. I really appreciate that. It feels so weird to, like, finally be done with, like, my education after, like, 15 years? So, there we go. I wish there was, like, an in-person graduation, but it sucks. Whatever. But I appreciate the dono, Lori. You're the best. Steven says, Raymel Tapia, true lefty center fielder, lots of speed. We could get him for a mid-tier prospect. Probably. Only because he's not that good. That's probably why you're getting him for a mid-tier prospect. I don't think he's that much of an upgrade over, like, Tyler Wade, who I would like to see Wade in center field over Raymel Tapia. Call me crazy. But if you're making a trade for an outfielder, I would want it to be somebody who's actually going to make a difference on this team, right? So not like a Delano DeShields Jr. or Raymel Tapia. I want someone who's actually going to make an impact. Sports PC says, what's a good projection for when the Yankees call up Jason Dominguez? If he's still on the team, my guess is 2023 or 2024. I'd agree. I think the philosophy we kind of had before that Hicks was going to be the transition to Dominguez is way off, clearly, because I don't even know if Hicks is going to be coming back to the Yankees. But I think as far as Dominguez coming up, you're probably right. 2023, 2024, anybody who thinks he's coming up next year, that's probably a pipe dream. But I think that's kind of the most realistic expectations as far as he goes. Martin says, okay, one pitcher breaks his thumb playing video games, and another pitcher breaks his hand punching a wall, and now a pitcher breaks his thumb taking off a jersey. This is weird, bro. Also, let's not forget, Kevin Kiermaier sat out a game. I think it was last week for having an eyelash in his eye or something. Crazy stuff. Let's see what we got in the chat. Ahmed says, I'm a Jays fan, but I'm going to give some honest Yankees takes. Go for it, bro. He says, Kluber and Cole is a nasty one, too. Bro, listen, I'm a Yankee fan. I'll give some honest Blue Jays takes. The Blue Jays have a nasty lineup. Like, you look at Vlad. Also, I know it's already coming this series because I already saw one comment on a video yesterday. We're going to get so many, like, Pat, you look like Bo Bichette comments. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. Someone commented yesterday, Pat, you look like the shortstop for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. Personally, I don't see it. Maybe it's just the hair, but I don't really see the Bo Bichette comps. I don't know. It seems like every day you guys come up with, like, someone new that I look like. Justin Dominguez says, hot take, Corey Kluber's back-to-back no-hitters. I like it. I'm never going to counter someone who says that Corey Kluber's going to throw a second straight no-hitter. Like, why would I just shoot that idea down? That's just, like, the definition of negativity. Alex says, I'm going to the Yankee game on Thursday for the first time since September 2019 versus the Rangers. I'm honestly really pumped to go. I haven't seen the stadium vibe other than watching Zach Hempel. Well, I mean, you could have gotten the stadium vibe from watching my vlog. That hurts, but that's fine. No, listen, that's awesome. Heading back to the stadium for the first time since 2019 is so much fun. When we went, it was odd because I think it was only at like 20% capacity when we went or something. But it's definitely still a fun experience just to be there. It's great. Yankee Fan for Life says, so this means that Twitch and watch parties are going to happen now? More often. Not every night, like they used to be, but yeah, we'll start bringing back Twitch and watch parties a little bit more now. Joseph says, Chris Bryant, if Cubs start doing bad, he could play the outfield and the infield corners. Chris Bryant's having a really good year, no? I mean, I can't really see the Cubs trading him just because I think the Cubs are another team that's kind of in the playoff mix in the National League as well. But yeah, Bryant's having a ridiculous year. Great rebound from last year. He's batting .312, 1,000 OPS, 10 home runs, 28 RBIs. Shout out to Chris Bryant. He's really turned things around. I don't know if he'd be a fit for the Yankees, though. Not another, like, righty power hitter. Yeah, I don't see it, but maybe. Pat, you look like Russell Brand. Okay, that's one I definitely don't see. Maybe if I had, like, a full beard, maybe. My hair was a little bit longer, maybe. PX says Vladdy has that Dominican power. Bro, Vladdy's just a beast. Vladdy just has that Vlad power. It's ridiculous. And it's crazy, like, once he lost this weight, I don't know how much he lost this offseason, but it was a significant amount. He looks like a completely changed hitter. He just looks so confident up there. He looks like he's going to crush a ball 500 feet every single at-bat. Also, chat, I don't know if this is just me, a little bit off topic. My allergies today have been brutal. Like, for, like, the past 2 games, not 2 games, 2 days, brutal. Like, my throat hurt so bad. I woke up this morning so congested, sneezing, throat's itchy. Like, screw allergies. It's, like, the worst from, like, April to June. I think kind of like around, like, July when it gets super hot, allergies go away. But right now, I'm struggling. Damn. Martin says, honestly, I hope Bauer strikes out like 15 Astros and gets so pumped and he screams at them. Agreed. Bro, I hope Trevor Bauer just literally like strikes out 25 Astros and just does like a McGregor walk off the mound. I would love to see that. Anthony says, me watching while I'm having insane allergies. Yeah. I'm with you, brother. But I see Anthony says any predictions for homers today. Let's make some home run predictions for today. Let's take a look at the Yankees lineup to do that. So, looking at the lineup, let's see. I'm kind of going to go with my basic picks, right? I'm going to say Clint Frazier goes yard, and I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to have one that's a little bit out there. I got Torres going yard. I know he only has one on the season, but he's been so hot lately, I think he's just going to run into one. It's only a matter of time until he does. So I think Glaber and Clint are the two guys to watch for today. Keep that in mind. Alex with another $5 dono. Appreciate you, my man. Alex, you are a legend. All these donos, I genuinely appreciate it. He says, I saw a tweet saying that they just want Florial and Garcia for Ketel Marte, and they want one of the infield prospects for Starling Marte. Except, if you could get Ketel Marte for Florial and Garcia... Oh, Torres has 2 this season? You guys know what I meant. If they could get Ketel Marte for Florial and Garcia, Devi Garcia, that is, bro, I make that trade 10 times out of 10. If the Yankees don't make that trade, they're so stupid. Like, I'd call Brian Cashman up personally and be like, look, Brian, you're just stupid. I don't think there's anybody in the chat who wouldn't make that deal. So I don't know how legitimate that is, just because that seems like a little bit of a light package for Ketel Marte, but I'd definitely do it. It would definitely take more for Starling Marte, though. I mean, you wouldn't be getting him for one infield prospect. I can guarantee that. Brandon says, I'm still for disbanding the entire Astros team. Houston should lose a franchise and give Las Vegas one. I like that. I like that a lot. Lori says, if Cashman turned that down, he should be fired. That's true. That's very true. But let's make predictions as far as Kluber's start tonight, right? Now, I don't think he's going to be pitching a no-hitter again, as opposed to what a lot of people in the chat do think. I think he's going to have a solid start, though. I think he's going to go 7. Call me crazy, but I think he gives up 2 earned runs. I don't know why. I think Vlad hits a solo shot, and the Blue Jays probably string together one other run. But I don't think 7 and 2 earned would kind of be that ridiculous. I don't have my hopes too high, just because he threw a no-hitter last week. I think if he does kind of regress a little bit, that's fine. There's kind of no improving from a no-hitter, if we're being honest with each other. But I see a lot of people in the chat throwing around like 7 and 2/3. Anthony says 9 innings, no hits, no runs, 19 Ks. I like that. 6 innings, 3 runs, that seems like a little bit much. Anything above 6 innings and less than 3 runs I'll take from Kluber tonight. As far as a final score prediction, I think the Yankees win. I think they win 5-2. I think they score 4 runs off of Matz, because Matz is on the mound for the Blue Jays tonight. And then I think they score 1 off of the bullpen. It seems like the Blue Jays bullpen always gives the Yankees troubles. So, yeah, I think the Yankees win tonight 5-2. Like I said, Frazier and Torres both go yard. Kluber, 7 innings. Or did I say... No, I said 7 innings. 2 earned runs. Let's say 12 Ks. 12 Ks? I like that. Big fan of that. And just like PX said, the Blue Jays have such a good lineup. Everyone keep in mind going into tonight's game, like, my expectations are not dramatically high for this game or this series in general, but the Yankees are in a very good position going into it. Let's keep that in mind. They're coming off a sweep of the Chicago White Sox. Like someone said in the chat before, they've won like 10 straight series. They're on a roll. So if there's any time to kind of go into the Blue Jays series, it's now. Hopes are as high as they've ever been for the Yankees. It's just great to see how much they've turned it around, right? Especially considering like a month ago, we were looking at this team like we don't know what direction we're going in. So I'm excited for tonight's game. I think it's going to be fun. The Yankees have a couple tough series coming up. I believe after the Blue Jays is the Tigers, which is easy, but then you got the Red Sox and Rays, I believe, back at the stadium. So should be fun tonight. I appreciate everyone for stopping by for today's pregame. We'll be live directly after the game for the postgame. I believe it's going to be me and Para, so stay tuned for that content. But everyone, be sure, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. Let's go Yankees. There's Discord link in the description, merch in the description. Yeah, bunch of stuff in the description. Also, follow us on Newsbreak for more exclusive content. Like I said, appreciate everyone for stopping by. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Let's go Yankees. See you after the game. Peace.